Hey all, this is Ben with AWKWA, Arizona Windsurfing, Kiteboarding, and Windfoiling Association. And the topic of today's short video is going to be island hopping. So what is island hopping? Okay, so let's assume again that you have some basic upwind sailing skills and you've decided to launch with us off of here, Sunset Ridge. Okay. And then in the process of not only trying to go downwind to take off, but also crashing and getting, your stuff situated and cleaning up the yard sail and trying to get back on the board to go again. Meanwhile, you're getting invariably pushed downwind and out to sea. And so this can be very, very anxiety inducing, or the alarm bells are going off and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die. My body's never going to be recovered. All these things that we've all kind of thought at one point in time or another. So depending on which side of the bay you're on, maybe you've tried to take off to the northwest, crashed, and now you're being pushed and drifted on what would be the north half of the bay. In that case, what I did, or what helped me, is I just looked for the closest piece of land I had to me, which would usually be one of these prongs or peninsulas, and I would do my darndest to sail in a straight line towards that point, towards that peninsula, okay? And I would get all the way up there until I could stand, and once, as you all know, once you can stand in water, a lot of that anxiety, a lot of that fear just completely melts away. So I would get there, and then I would calm down, take a break, take a rest. And once I was ready, and only when I was ready, I would either walk everything a little bit more upwind to a different point. And again, the wind is coming from the southwest here. Next, what I would do is I would hop, or sail rather, from there. Just trying to hold a straight line, I would travel to the next island, so to speak. And then the same thing. I would do the wade of shame. You can do the walk of shame too. It's just easier to wade to the next point, and then it's time to leap or jump to the next island, okay, or in this case, peninsula or point. So with the wind coming from this direction, I would get ready, have like all my stuff situated. The wing is already flipped over, ready to go. The wing is downwind and being held tightly on its leash. And the board is situated, if not crosswind, even a little bit upwind, so that when I jump on, it's invariably going to turn crosswind, if not downwind, but that's okay. I'm ready to go. So from this point, I might even swim out a little bit. It's still going to be waist or at worst chest deep around here. Jump on and begin to sail all the way over to the next point or the next island. Okay. And you can also, if you're tired or whatever, or you're just, you just don't trust yourself, that's fine. You can just wade or walk all the way along this cove back to this point. Okay. But see what this has now done for you. Okay. You've been able to now to transit or move further west. And now you've got a really nice angle, or a much better angle to shoot for home than you did over here, right? Because over here, you're not going to, even the best, most experienced wingers are going to have a very tough time sailing off foil to get to their landing spot right here, okay? And now you get ready to just do the big hop all the way back home here. And then go ahead, get on. You're going to drift a little bit, sure. But by then, you've got your wing under control where it needs to go. You're feathering in the power. And now it's not even so much you're going upwind, but you're more going on a broad reach. Excuse me, not a broad reach. Well, maybe a little bit of a broad reach, but at least a beam reach. So you can go straight, hold your course. I'd have your aim point certainly west of where you want to go, which would probably be here. So you probably want to aim for this point. And so by then, with all the deflection that's clearly going to happen, and you'll arrive somewhere within paddling distance or swimming distance. The opposite is true over here. Let's just say you've been trying to take off to the east or in a southeasterly direction, and you had a nice little flight, but again, you're not that good about quite that good about foiling upwind yet, and so you end up crashing like out here or something something like here. You want to find a piece of land that's closest that you can just go in a straight line, sail in a straight line on a reach or a slight broad reach too, okay? Don't try to be a hero and fight the wind, and certainly don't do nothing and just be drifted out. Instead, use the wind in your favor to get to dry land. Just take a breather. So, real quick, in this scenario, if it was me, and it has been me in the past, I would pick, either this dock or, one of these fingers or something like that, and just get myself prepared to go in a straight line to there, all right, as quickly as you can. And the advantage here is that while it's not fun, if you wanted, from this shoreline, you can walk back to your car. Okay. Let me zoom in here. If you try to, let's just say here, this is a real common corner. It might as well be named after me because I spent a lot of time in here. If you get caught in the corner and you try to tack, i.e. switch directions back and forth to get out of here, you're going to exhaust yourself. You're going to frustrate yourself, and pretty soon, I guarantee you, at least a little bit of the pangs of panic and alarm are going to take over, which means you're going to stop doing what you need to actually be doing in order to get out of this jam. Okay. Sometimes to get back to where you want to go, a straight line isn't it. So what you actually need to do is actually sail away from where you want to go. And again, it's completely counterintuitive. It goes against every instinct, right? You actually want to sail away, but sail away long from where you want to go, because what that's going to enable you to do is be able to sail back and give you the room and the wind and space to be able to sail back here. And then the same thing again. You want to go long and actually away from your target, from your car, so you can turn around and come back and hopefully make it all the way maybe into this cove, in which case now you're golden. You just have to do a straight beam reach. Even with a little bit of deflection, you should be at least be able to get off your board and paddle in, right? All right, so practically speaking, how would I handle a situation? So what I would do is you could do one of two things, all right? And I've done both of these. You could walk or wade your kit all the way to the point. The other approach is you can wade or walk the board further west, upwind to about here. The idea is you want to have enough clearance so that you don't get caught up in this again and have to restart everything all over again, right? So that again you can get on a course as close to straight south as you can. If you're a beginner, you're not going to be really that great at it or that efficient, so you are going to drift. You are going to deflect a little bit, but as long as you're making progress south, you're that much closer to home, okay? And all you got to do now is just, and oftentimes, especially here, particularly in this region, you get lucky, and the wind is predominantly from the south, if not south-southwest. You get lucky and you can take advantage of that, and rather than having to worry about a long tack back into the bay, you can actually just tack straight west. So now you're in really good shape because you can just sail the rest of the way right into shore and walk back to your car. All right, kids, and that is island hopping, the method that helped alleviate my downwind fears and anxiety. Do let me know if this method, or perhaps your spin on it, was able to help you overcome your fear of getting blown downwind. Until then, thanks for watching. This is Ben with AWKWA, as always, wishing you good winds and happy sailing.